What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. In this one, I am going to be talking about how the mantra, just be yourself, is a lie. Now, you've probably been told this before with respect to many things, probably approaching women, social interactions, and other ambitious endeavors. Even Chris Bumstead himself had an interview with a young man who asked him, "How do I go get a girlfriend?" And his response was, "You shouldn't try to get a girlfriend. You need to try to get the right girlfriend. And how you get the right girlfriend is by being yourself. She needs to fall in love with who you are, not some fake self that you have created." Now, I understand the sentiment with this mantra and this advice that Chris Bumstead is giving to this young man. But it's very easy to say, hey man, go be yourself when you're a millionaire, bodybuilding champion, famous, legendary icon that has fame and status, who has spent his entire life up until that point building a legacy that is going to last generations. Chris Bumstead looks like he's carved out of marble. And so when he says, you just have to be yourself to attract the right lady, pretty easy to attract a woman when you are all of these different things. When you have the status, you have the money, you have the good looks, you have the Greek god physique, what more could a woman ask for? He's a top 0.00001% man because he's put in the hard work to get where he is today. So what I need you guys to understand is that there is a version of you out there that you can create in the future that speaks better, that is more confident when you walk into a room. A version of yourself that's in better shape, that is more attractive, that has a lot more skills, is a much more capable provider, is a lot less emotionally erratic. And along with these things come more girls, more success, more money, more respect from others, more status. You're probably not a slave to your own vices if you've had to sacrifice for years in order to get in shape, in order to be successful. That version of you has way more successful interactions in life with women, with other people, with business, everywhere. So I'm calling on every single one of the men watching this video to not let the slogan, just be yourself, hold you back from understanding this. There was once a time when I was out of shape, where I was much less attractive and I was awkward. I did not speak very well. I got really embarrassed, red in the face whenever I would have a conversation with somebody and my heart was racing. The reality is not nice. The reality is that people are going to judge you based off of how you act and how you look and the things that you have accomplished. Now, when you change over time, people will change how they treat you. I've seen it happen firsthand. People do not address me the same way as they used to. Back in the day when I was chasing instant gratification all of the time. Back in the day when I didn't know how to speak very well. When I wasn't confident. When I didn't take myself very seriously. Back in the day when I didn't like myself, people didn't treat me as well. That's the reality of the world, all right? So this is clearly displayed in what I call the 7s and above rule. Because some people will say, oh, Brandon, what you're saying is just ridiculous. I treat all people the same. You don't even notice that you treat people differently when they're more attractive, when they have more success, when they have status, but trust me, you do. And even women who are the queens of virtue signaling also do the same. Imagine a man that's a 5 out of 10 on the attractiveness scale, approaches a woman, and he tries to get her number. She calls that man a creep, a stalker, a perv. She calls him gross. She probably goes and tells all of her friends, ew, this guy was so gross that tried to talk to me today. He was stalking me. It was so terrible. I was so uncomfortable. But then, an 8 out of 10 the next day approaches the same woman in the same manner and gets her number. And she goes to her friends and says, oh, he was so bold. He was so daring. His confidence was intoxicating. The same approach. Different person, completely different result. I've seen the change happen as I myself have changed. When I approach people, when I approach women, this is clear as day that this happens. If a woman is not attracted to you, or if a person does not think that you are successful, that you have status, they are going to treat you differently. It's ingrained into their actions. It's ingrained into their brain without them even knowing it. Relying on being yourself will ultimately end you up with incredibly subpar results. Subpar results. If you just keep relying on, oh, hey, I'm just going to be myself. Well, most men nowadays, the version of themselves that they think they are is actually a persona that's built on playing video games all day, scrolling all day, watching porn, masturbating, gratifying themselves immediately, not putting in any hard work, being sedentary all day. Is that the real you? No! That's the version of you that has been created, that has been sculpted by your environment. You act like an incel. You act like somebody who's shy, who's not outgoing, who's low energy, because of the actions that you've been doing your entire life. You're not just that kind of person. The habits that you adopt turn you into the person that you are today. So if you adopt a different set of habits, if you start changing your actions, you can literally become a different person. Just be yourself. Just be yourself, bro. I'm just a shy guy. I'm just somebody who can't speak very well. I'm not somebody who goes out of my way to approach women or to start social interactions in public because I'm introverted. When are you going to wake up and realize that the people who are winning in life, the people who are getting what they want out of life, are adopting the habits that break them free of all of the vices, eroding their ability to achieve their true potential and evolve into the man that they were actually supposed to become through hard work, through sacrifice. I don't want you to have to ask yourself later in life, imagine if I had waited until I was more attractive or until I was at a certain point where I could interact with people better. Now, the key here is that the actions matter so much that some people, when they realize this, they'll say, oh, I'm going to stop approaching girls. Or I'm going to stop chasing success because I need to get in shape first. Or I need to learn how to talk first before I go and do it. No. Perfectionism will ruin the actual action. You need to practice. You need to do things over and over and over again. You have to start new conversations. You have to go out and you have to hit the gym every single day. There's not going to be a perfect time to pull the trigger on changing your habits and changing your life. You can't wait until you look a certain way to start going out on dates with women. So you have to adopt this mantra instead. Instead of saying, oh, I'm just going to be myself, I want you to say this. I am going to work with what I've got, and what I've got is going to get better. I am going to work, I am going to put in the action in order to get better, and as time goes on, what I've got is going to get better. Avoid perfectionism and embrace action. Most people get frozen as soon as they realize this. Oh, girls actually really care about what I look like and how I present myself and how I speak. Well, that means that I need to know everything that I possibly can so that I can walk up to a girl and approach her and say all the right things and look the perfect way and have my hair perfect, my style on point. Everything needs to be perfect. No. You have to go and practice. You have to go get the reps in order to chase that success. Embrace the reality of human nature. We automatically respect better looking, successful, higher status people more. Don't try to fight it with delusion and say, oh, everybody just is going to treat me the same no matter what. Just be yourself. I'm not going to treat other people differently. No. Understand that this is very similar to capitalism. In business, when you go out and you try and you work and you build things, you make more money. You climb the ladder. Capitalism rewards those who try. That's why it's beautiful. And in the same way, society in general, all human society rewards those who try. Those who try to look better. Those who try to get in better shape. Those who try harder. All right? So trust me when I say the right girl does care about the way that you look. She cares about the way that you act. She cares about how hard you work. And if right now you don't look as good as you could, you may be losing the ability to attract the right girl. Okay? This whole idea that, oh, there's just one perfect person out there who's going to totally accept you for who you are, it's total and utter BS. And it's usually spewed by people that have already put in a ton of work into their life, achieving status, good looks, and success, and they find a good woman who is going to compliment them. That's a great relationship. But you didn't just fall into success with women, just like you didn't fall into success with business and with bodybuilding. You had to work for all of those things. Do you think Chris Bumstead's wife would go out and date a dude that's living in his parents' basement, smoking weed, jerking off all day, and is 300 pounds? No! She's dating a superstar. She's dating a bodybuilding icon. He's rich. He's famous. So you need to put in the work to get better than where you are right now. Women are constantly going to be testing you in every single aspect. They're going to be trying to figure out if you're getting better, if you're getting stronger, if you're putting effort into your life. And if they feel like you aren't, they're going to say, oh, he's lazy. Oh, he's slothful. I'm going to leave him. That's always how it goes. That's always how it goes. That is the reality of relationships and success in life. So this is why going inwards is so incredibly important. No one is going to do the work for you. No one is going to want success for you more than you want it for yourself. Go approach someone new every single day. Go have a conversation. Get outside your comfort zone. Practice utilizing the free will that you have. Guys, life becomes so cool as a man when you realize that you have an open map and you can build your character and you can do with your character whatever you want. You get to go out there and experience things. Men, for some reason, convince themselves that they're tied down in the specific situation that they are in at the moment. Just be yourself. Complacency, mediocrity, They think, oh, I'm just not that type of person that can be successful. I can't go out there and become an Olympian bodybuilder. I can't go out there and get in shape and get a six-pack. I can't go out there and make millions of dollars. I can't do those things because I'm an introvert and I like playing video games and I'm just this type of guy. No, you're not just that type of guy. You're that type of guy now because you chose to do actions that have dragged you down your entire life. And you can become someone new by doing the reverse. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. Make sure to drop a like down below. Drop a singular thumbs up in the comment section if you watched all the way through to the end of this video, because if you did, you've got an attention span of steel, my friend, and I'm going to give you props for that. I will see you all in the next one.